In an interview with Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of House of Representatives, he said, we are going to start the process of, collating or looking at the different problems that we are facing and looking for solution, and we'll be bringing the reports to Mr. President. And he's fully aware of the president not, I'm sorry to say this, not being responsive to quite a number of challenges that we are facing today. So do you think this will help us with the resolution of some of the challenges we are facing, especially with the approach that he wants to take it now, knowing that some school of thought are of the opinion that our president is a very slow man in taking decisions? What do you have to say to that, sir?
Femi is a great friend of mine. He's in fact a brother. We've been together for a long time. And I think it's part of the exasperation of trying to find the problems of Nigeria. To be honest, everybody knows Nigeria's problem. Even the little girl in the bush knows Nigeria's problem. At least she knows her own aspect of Nigeria's problem. Yeah. So they were not recreating anything. Since 1950, it's been the same problem. If you read Awolowo's books since 1946, he's been saying the same thing. And those books are still relevant today. So, well, you can do the exercise, collate all the things, but if there's no implementer, it's a waste of time. And that is the problem we have. We have a president who does not implement, who does not really know, and who really does not care. And that is his body language, that is his expression, that is the way he goes around. He's just a very nice, lovely, fatherly figure. And he doesn't care if his children are fighting, doesn't care if the children are eating. He really doesn't show that concern. You understand? And how we got into this was because we had a wrong perception, including myself, in 2015. We thought Buhari was a man of action, a man of dynamism, a man of anti-corruption, and blah, blah, blah. No, he's always reading on the back of his assistants. And the good thing about him is that if he has a good assistant, he does a marvelous job, because he generally goes along with what the assistants do. But right now, since we are just in a situation where everybody is going everywhere and doing things, we're being pushed left, right, and center all over the place. And we don't have a decisive president who is saying to us, this is the way he's going. So if we carry all those things and we give it to him, he's just going to look at it and say, well, it's not bad, okay? Then how do we implement?
Sir, the elections are upon us in 2023. We have tried some new things. We've seen some young people come out. We've seen a Fela Drotoye come out. We've seen a Banky W try to push the boundaries. But yet, the two pillars of parties that we have in Nigeria, that anything can really come from, that have the power, the political power, is still APC and PDP. And in these two parties, we have regurgitated politicians. And they keep saying we want to give it to the youth. But yet, there is a deficit of youth amongst them. How do we do this new thing that we're proposing if we cannot even find a way into these two major parties to even inject new blood?
It was a very, very germane question as to the process of elections always throws up bad results, which is correct, because we've been hijacked by APC, hijacked is my word, and PDP, who by birth really do not intend well for Nigeria. Most of them are packed full of self-serving people. And that's the truth, okay? And unless we change the law, the electoral law, that you can have independent candidacy and run your election as you want, we may have a problem. And it's unlikely these people will change the law. It's like them changing the law of resource control and this. They won't change it because most of them in power, this is what they rode on to get to power, and it benefits them. So we need knowledgeable people. Nigerians are not knowledgeable. Most of us are not knowledgeable. As the area boy doesn't know, as the people in the rural thing, they don't know. They don't understand. They don't know good government from bad government, and so on and so forth. They just wait to collect their 10,000 naira.
Yes.
So we need to really orientate and inform Nigerians. So we either change that electoral law, or the Banky W's and the fellas go into PDP and APC, enter their and fight it out there.
I agree.
Because that is where the decisions are being taken. They don't have enough resource to fight this battle. Yes, because you are thinking of 200 million people, you are thinking of 774 local governments. Where is the resource going to come from? Yes, okay, these people,
the oratory prowess and all.
No, it's not. I mean, the woman in the market doesn't know that Banky speaks well or Fela speaks well.
My question will be on the secession and the call for restructuring. The Hydra-headed monster that has come to be now, banditry, is just one of so many elements that has led to a louder voice for secession for the Westerners who would want to carve out an Odua people's nation, the Easterners who want to carve out a Biafran nation. That agitation has been lingering for quite a while. I want you to lend your voice on this matter. Would you vote for secession or referendum or restructuring? What would you say?
Referendum leads to restructuring. What we really want is restructuring. We have come too far. We are into one another in various ways, business, social life, marriage, and we share a few things in common. And as I said, diversity is good. Diversity is strength. Diversity can lead you to greater heights if you can manage it well.
But we don't seem to be managing it well.
That's the problem. So succession is really last resort so that there will be peace. Okay, that's last resort for me, so that there will be peace. We can still try to play to our strengths, play to our commonalities, and see how we all can grow together. If we can make room for one another. You see, the beauty about Nigeria is that there's no part of Nigeria that's not viable, including the deserts of Maiduguri. So, Nigeria, let us agree. You know, this fair about restructuring, there's only one monster there. It's called oil. Finish. You know, everybody is so focused on oil.
The resource.
That they are so afraid of oil. And they all want to share oil. That they don't realize that oil is only 1/36 of the potential that Nigeria has. They haven't looked at gold.
Human resources.
They haven't looked at uranium. Even coal. The coal in Enugu is one of the best coals that you can find in the world. The bitumen in Nigeria is the best to harvest and is there wasting. Everybody's afraid that if we give the oil to the South, they will have so much money, the rest of us will be poor, blah, blah, blah. Let's have an arrangement over the next 10 years. You gradually hand over the oil back to them or whoever, and then you build up your own resource. If we can get it out of our minds, that we have a lot more resource that we can all collectively work together towards developing. And let's leave this oil for a minute and find how to track out the oil. We will be fine. But that's the problem. And that's the simple logic of restructuring. It's not necessarily geographical restructuring. It's restructuring for economic benefit, whereby the federal government stops insisting that without them, you can't develop any natural resource. And they made that law only because of oil. We have leaders who are not thinking. Tell them I said so. If they want to be leaders of Nigeria, they should think Nigeria. They should stop thinking themselves. And they should stop thinking their clan or their cult or their cabal. They should think. If they can think, there's more than enough for everybody to build and eventually share.